What's up, you awesome people? My name is Nirmit, and today, very quickly, we are going to go through some key points that you need to follow if you want to be a good immigrant. Now, I am an immigrant myself here in Canada, and I have made all these mistakes that I'm going to tell you about, and I want you to not make those mistakes. If you are going to go to another country as an immigrant, you have to follow certain rules and regulations, and I'm going to help you from my previous experience. Let's get started. Number one, if you're gonna go to another country, try to speak their language. Now, I'm not saying give up your language entirely, and if you have another person from your own country around you, that doesn't mean that you abandon your language and you only speak in foreign language. I am talking about a different scenario. Now, picture this. Imagine if you are in a group, right? I'm Indian. I was born in India, and imagine if I have another Indian person or 2 to 3 Indian people, but I'm also surrounded by other Canadians who speak only English, then I cannot speak in Hindi all the freaking time. And then other people look at you and then they think, what the hell, why are these guys doing that? Guys, bad manners. It is really, really bad to do something like that. If you are in a group, stick to the language that everyone speaks. It is very rude. If you are in a group, guys, make an effort to speak the language. Make everyone feel welcome. You are out in a group, so stick to the group. You do not have to make a subgroup. People are going to think that, you know what? Let's not hang out with these people. They are always talking amongst each other in their own little language, and God knows what they're talking. And majority of the times, you are not even saying something bad about them. But they might think that you are. You know what these guys are gonna think? These guys are gonna think that these Indians are talking about us and they're bitching about us. Now, you may not even be doing that. You may absolutely not be doing that. You are talking about, I don't know, your rent, your future plans, any given thing. And it is only natural for them to think like that, because why wouldn't you be talking in the language that everyone speaks? Why do you want to make everyone feel left out, and why do you want to stick to your own little group? If you wanted to do that, then just go out with that particular group. Don't mix with others. If you are going to mix with others, guys, do it right. Speak the language that everyone is speaking. Do not be rude. I know you guys are not bitching about other people. Maybe you are, maybe you are not. I'm only trying to be positive and assuming that you guys are not bitching about other people. So don't give that impression. Don't make other people feel left out. Make everyone feel welcome. Number two, respect the culture and follow it. Now, just because someone else's culture is different than yours, then it doesn't mean that they don't have a culture. I have seen many people say really bad stuff about other people's cultures. They say, oh, they don't have any culture. What do they have? You know, what do they do? This is not a culture. Of course it is. Just because it is a different culture, guys, does not mean that it is not a culture. It is just different. Just like how you are different and how your friend is different and everyone is different. Respect and learn. Just because you speak a particular language and they speak another language, that doesn't mean that their language doesn't exist, right? In the very similar fashion, guys, just because their culture is not anywhere close to your culture, then it doesn't mean that that culture doesn't exist or they don't have a culture. Number three, respect the rules. Now, you are here as an immigrant, okay? So you are new to the house, or you are a student. You are in someone else's house, then you have to be respectful. It is someone else's house. This is not your house. You have to be very, very respectful. And in the very similar way, you have to respect their rules as well. You cannot act like everything belongs to you and you can do whatever you want. No. They have a set of rules, then follow it. You have bought a house in a community. You haven't bought the entire country. If the community has certain rules, then you have to follow it. Also, don't assume things from what you have seen in the movies. If you do not know anything, ask questions. People would be more than happy to answer your questions. Imagine if someone comes to India, yes, or imagine if someone comes to your country and asks you something about the history, asks you something about your food. Wouldn't you want to tell them or explain to them how you take pride in that or how amazing that is? In the very similar way, they too will help you if you ask questions. They're super amazing like that. All you have to do is ask questions nicely and people will be more than happy to answer you. Number four, do not badmouth the country that you're in. Guys, this should have been number one, right? Because every freaking immigrant does this. I have done this. And then I realized one thing. I was not happy in India. I am not happy in Canada. And if I go elsewhere, I will not be happy there. then do you see a pattern? You were not happy in your country. You are not happy where you are. Then brother, the problem may be you and not the country. Right? Not every country that you go to is going to be perfect. And if it is going to be a very big problem for you, then the problem is not the country. The problem is you. I'm sorry to say this, but if you have problems with the country, if you have problems with everyone around you, if you have problems with everything around you, then guys, it is hard to accept, but the problem is you. It's insane to accept the fact that people come here and bitch about this country. I have done that, and now that I think about it, how stupid I was to actually do that. It's insane. It is a very bold thing for me to say what I'm going to say. If you are not happy, then guys, just leave. Because here's the thing. If you have worked so much, if you have worked hard all your life, and you want some peace in your life, and you thought this new country that you've moved into is going to be amazing, and it doesn't turn out to be the way you want it to be, then you have all the right to be happy and go where you truly belong, and go where you truly think is going to give you all the happiness in the world. And at the very same time, the people whose country you're pitching about, you're talking shit about, also deserve to live in a country where no one talks shit about their country. I mean, aren't there people in India who will always say negative things about you when you said negative things about India? They get all defensive, right? Because they don't want to hear shit about India because they're very patriotic. The very same way, there are going to be patriotic people over here, and they want to live in a country where no one talks shit about their country. Number 5, the most important one, after not talking shit about the country you are in, is do not ruin it for other people who have come from your country. You represent your country, or the country that you've come from. Now, if you do something stupid, other people are going to stereotype. Other people are going to think that, okay, everyone from this country does that. Yep, all Indians do that, and yep, that's how they talk, that's how they walk, that's how they behave. Everyone from India does that. Now, do you really want that? I have seen so many people who are just tired of all these stereotypes of their own country, of their own people, but they don't want to do anything that would prevent it. Now, all these things have to be done moderately. You have to find a good balance. These are just steps that you should follow. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to constantly be super cautious and you have to be constantly paranoid that what other people are going to think about you. You can be yourself. Everyone is going to love you for who you are and what you have become and what you have made out of your life. But at the very same time, you have other responsibilities as well. All you have to do is find a good balance. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I have not offended many people. All I wanted you to do is learn from my mistakes. All these things that I mentioned, I have made all these mistakes and I want my fellow people to learn from my mistakes. So thank you very much once again. I will see you next time. Bye.